In June, I randomly posted this tweet saying I wanted to make an album. It was a Friday, and I was bored. But very quickly, people started DMing me and reaching out, saying that it was a good idea and they wanted to be a part of it. So I decided to run with it. I was going to be an executive producer, kind of like DJ Khaled or like Taz Taylor would do, where I'm not the person making the music, but I'm the person guiding the sound, bringing artists and producers together and making little changes, whether it's the structure of the beat or changing ad-libs or maybe even a little bit of songwriting, and just making everything cohesive under my direction. Then when the songs are being mixed and mastered, I'm the one that's working side by side with the engineer, telling him what effects to use, what changes to make, and basically making the final decision on the song. I'm essentially the glue that puts all this music together. Then I release the music through my platforms and essentially promote these artists to a larger following. Well, hopefully. And I gotta say, Waterpack, I think we did it. We did okay so far. It's been officially 1 week. The album's not doing bad. It's kind of a W. So grab some water, sit back, and I'll tell you about it. I had to start by getting beats, so I just told people on
Instagram
to hit my promo email and send me some beats. And I just went one by one, listened to what people sent me, and if I liked it, I would hit the producer back in the email and just say, yo, this is dope. I'm going to try to shop it out, maybe get some people on it. And then as I found more and more, I would download them and organize them in a Google Drive folder in according to basically the vibe of the song. So we had like a hard folder, a melodic folder, and you get it. Then as I listened to the beats over and over again, I would start to think about what artists would sound good on what beat. And not just any artist, but the artists that I was connected to and the ones that I wanted to be a part of my project. Obviously, Chief Keef wasn't making an appearance.
Did the beat go off?
But I would essentially text them, send them 4 or 5 different beats that I thought would fit their vibe, ask them what they were feeling, and just told them, do your thing, be creative. Whatever vibe you're feeling, go for it. Write me something, a hook, a verse, both, whatever. That's just kind of how I slowly got the ball rolling. And then when somebody would send me back a verse or a hook that I really liked, I would send it to another artist and have them complete the track, or somebody that I thought would complement them very well. And if they sent me something that I didn't like, I would just be honest. Hey, could you change the lyrics? Could you change this? Or maybe we'll just scrap it entirely. But once we got Black Hole Sun, I knew I had a hit, and I knew I had to complete the project just so we could get this song out there. And it's only got 20,000 streams so far, but I'm not saying it's blowing up, but we're getting there. But now I want to jump back in time a little bit and talk about my pre-release strategy. It's 9 a.m. and we are officially 1 week away from the release of Launch Sequence. And we're drinking water, of course. Currently have 2,033 pre-saves. To my understanding, this is quite a lot. I've heard through my industry connects that an artist like Ian Dior will do like 4,000 pre-saves, so the fact that I'm at half of that is kind of crazy. Pre-saves are good for getting in Spotify editorials. I would honestly be really disappointed at this point if we didn't get at least one editorial placement with this many pre-saves, but we'll see what happens. The first 1,000 pre-saves were actually pretty easy. I just posted about it on my social medias, asked people to do it, and then I threw a little ad in some of my videos. Hey, I don't know if you knew this, but I have an album dropping really soon, and you should go click the link in the description and pre-save that. Thanks. But the big bulk was coming from the live streams. I need pre-saves on my album. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go pre-save the track, screenshot it, send it to the email that's right there, and also send your song in the email. Now, it turns out that a lot of people will pre-save if there's something in it for them. I do want to show you something else, though. Now, when I was making the album, promo wasn't really discussed. I think a lot of the artists were just assuming that I was going to do all of the promo myself, and I am. I'm not really requiring them to do anything. But I made these little clips, and I'll just show you one before I get into the whole strategy behind it.
I'ma tell you right now, girl, don't panic. I got hold, this ain't romantic. That's too much work, I won't manage. She fell in love and got hurt, taking 5 damage. You can still pull up.
So, short, sweet, pretty cool, right? So I essentially hired an animator to take the album artwork and turn it into like a little Instagram promo clip. And then I had Kev make one for every song on the album. But not just every song, everybody's part on every song. So now we have 30 promo clips. Now, about 6 hours before the album drops, I'm gonna send these promo clips to all of these artists. None of them know about it. I'm going to send it to him and I'm going to say, hey, could you post this on your Instagram for a day, 2 days, 3 days, permanently, whatever you want. But just to let your followers know that you're on this album and it's releasing tonight. My goal is to just flood Instagram with my album artwork, these clips, these songs, so that when people are scrolling through Instagram, they just have no choice but to check it out because it's freaking everywhere. I also have a little TikTok strategy that I want to talk about, but I got to make the TikToks first, so I'll check back in a couple days. Okay, so the TikToks I made have been posted and they're actually pretty successful so far. I also should preface this by telling you that 2 weeks prior, I was putting out normal TikToks to kind of build up engagement and not make it seem like I'm just doing this big promo run on TikTok trying to get something out of them. I've seen multiple people be successful on TikTok by simply asking their viewers, what do you think? So I made this. So about 8 months ago, I had a really cool idea. I wanted to become DJ Khaled. Just kidding. But not really. I like artists that are extremely slept on, just like you do. So what if I brought together 30 underrated artists and put them all on one album together and executive produced it myself and maybe call it Launch Sequence? And maybe this is the album cover. Let me know if you like this idea or not. And 180,000 views later, people actually love this idea. In hindsight, I wish in that TikTok I said something like pre-save the album or the link is in my bio or something like that, because I would have been able to capitalize on all of the traffic. I mean, I did leave a comment, but honestly, nobody really even saw it, and I think it got me like 100 pre-saves, which is cool. But then piggybacking off the hype that I got on that TikTok, I made this TikTok. What if DJ Khaled made an album with a bunch of fire upcoming artists instead of the mega famous ones? Oh wait, I did that. 8 months ago, I was mad at the music industry. There are all these talented upcoming artists and nobody gives them any recognition. Now I'm a YouTuber with a decent sized audience, so I figured, why not use my platform to try to promote underground talent? But I need your help. I've never released music before, so there's a chance this album totally flops and I get the Billboard Triple Aluminum Foil Award. You can help us reach our goal of 10,000 pre-saves on Spotify by going to the link in my bio and clicking that one little button to pre-save. It only takes 10 seconds, I promise. If we do this, we can shock the music industry and show them where the real talent is. The underground. And I'm sorry, one last thing. Share this TikTok with someone who appreciates underrated music or an artist that I should put on my next album. Thank you so much. Now this one didn't do a crazy amount of views, but 50,000 was enough to get me 800 pre-saves, which is kind of incredible. If this video did go viral, I can't even imagine how many thousands of pre-saves. I probably would have actually hit my goal of 10,000, but I didn't. But if you're trying to battle the TikTok beast, maybe just try to ask people. See what they think. Hey, this is my song. What do you think? Or, hey, I have this idea. What do you think? And if it's interesting, I think it could work. But make it genuine and obviously make it visually appealing. Don't just be some random person in a weird dark corner in your room just saying, hey, listen to my song now, because ain't nobody gonna do that. My last pre-album release strategy was doing a 100% free live stream on my main channel where I asked you guys to pre-save the album in exchange for a play again. Unfortunately, you guys don't have this same ability or this promotion power, and honestly, I tried to think of something that's comparable, but I just don't know if there is. This is where I benefit from having a following and having an audience. But nonetheless, we peaked at 1,308 viewers, which is pretty crazy. I don't normally do those numbers. And because of that, we generated like over 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 pre-saves, something like that. And right now, we're currently at 4,426 total pre-saves. And tonight is the night that the album drops at midnight. So hopefully all that work was worth it. But we'll see. I don't look too good. Album officially dropped last night. Me and the boys. Airbnb life, because we got kicked out of our apartment because I don't know if you know this, but the world. This is not that great of a view, huh? That's the roof. That's like 6 feet of snow on the roof, so. Anyways, already ran into a problem. That's great. Spotify isn't crediting the artists properly. So all of the artist pages, it's crediting the wrong artist page. I'll throw up a little screenshot. So basically, Tommy Ice is an example. It's just not crediting him. So all of his fans don't know that he's on my project. DistroKid said, maybe we'll fix it in a week or so. Great. But so far, so good. I'm being positive. Everybody likes it so far. I gotta figure my life out, and then I'll give you an update, maybe in a day or so. What up? Sorry if I look like an absolute mess. It's been a crazy week. Here we are, a little over 24 hours after the album has been officially released on all platforms, and it's going pretty well. On Spotify, we got 5,000 monthly listeners. We got 35,000 total streams and 3,800 followers, so thank you to everybody that followed. Black Hole Sun did 5K the first day. Obviously, it's track number one. It did the most streams. Apple Music, we have 2,150 streams. Honestly, I thought more people use Apple Music. I don't know. I don't really think that that's that many. And on SoundCloud, we have roughly 14,000 streams first day. And what I considered to be the three major platforms, 51,000 streams. So go us. I think that's a big W. I don't know what you guys expected. I pretty much had no expectations at all, but I'm super happy with that. And that's all that matters, really. I also did post the full album on my main channel, and I didn't really want to at first because I feel like it would hinder the streaming growth on other platforms. Because obviously your first time listen, you could just breeze through the YouTube video and then never go and listen to it on streaming platforms. And we're not really going to make any money on the full album that's posted on the main channel. And also my biggest following is here on the on the Patrick CC channel. So it's kind of important that I let all of those people know that, hey, I dropped an album. We also got some great news. DistroKid fixed the issue where the artists weren't getting credited properly. So now all of the artists got their credit. If you click on their name, it goes right to their page. And hopefully the people that follow those artists will see the song that they're featured in the release radar. Bad news, no editorial playlists, so I don't know if the pre-save campaign was really worked. I'm not sure if they still could throw it in an editorial. I don't even know if they looked at it. You don't get an email that says that they didn't post it in there. You only get an email that says if they did. So I don't really know where I stand with that. And as far as this weekend, I am going to reach out to some blogs and figure out the plan for next week, my promo strategy, and try to enjoy the weekend a little bit. The winter storm is still really hurting us. We don't have running water in the office or in my apartment, and that is really stressful, and it's kind of hard to focus on these two things at once, but we're staying positive and we're going to make it happen no matter what. So I will check back up with you guys soon.
1 week later.
That was way too extra. Hey everybody, it's been a week since the release of Launch Sequence, and honestly, I couldn't be more happy, more grateful than the first week results. Let's get into it. On Spotify, we have 153,800 streams. Apple Music, 45,160. And SoundCloud, 48,796, which is a total of 247,756 streams. Let's clap it up. I said clap it up. I'm just kidding. 250,000 streams without any paid promo, technically, just off the strength of you guys and the hype that I put forth upon the world. Yeah, like I said, I didn't really have any expectations, so 250,000 is pretty great. I wanted 1 million total streams to justify making another project, but I'm doing a little Q&A, so I'll talk about that at the end. Some key things that helped us get all these streams. We got some blog write-ups from Daily Chiefers, Grooverelli, and I actually have a interview coming out with both of those publications on their YouTube channels. Sheesh Media and Loud Cave, which is actually a Spanish publication, which is pretty cool. Got some key shout outs from Shrek Knows Rap and Fashionably Early. Spotify playlisting is probably the biggest thing that helped all of this. No editorials. Not even any algorithmic playlist either. We didn't even get into Release Radar or Discover Weekly. That's pretty much a damn shame considering how many pre-saves we got, but there's nothing I could do about it. But we did get some love from Sam Aarons with his No Copyright Twitch playlist, so thank you so much, bro. That playlist is working wonders. A very magical playlist. Promoting Sounds, of course, throwing me in a couple different ones, so I appreciate them. Nate's, who's one that I've never really heard of, but 6 songs in the playlist, that's great, and it's helping a lot. And again, Shrek Knows Rap, and of course the thousands of playlists of all of you guys that are listening and throwing me in your personal ones. I appreciate all of them, and they all really do help a lot. Paid Hivemind and Mai to react to the same song, actually, in their live streams on YouTube, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, this is actually I really like it a lot. I like
it a lot.
Yeah, it's an interesting mix.
Pretty rare that I'm on the other end because I'm usually the guy that's reacting, so that was fun.
Thing which was very nice. That shit was fire though. Shout out to Patrick, man. New album out now.
And I also got a few full album reactions from YouTubers. Thank you to MMXVII, Baba Lamb, and 12 AM Drop Club. Wasn't expecting any full album reviews, so that's really dope. Probably my favorite. You know, that's more closely to what I do, so that was great. Now, after the first week, you don't just give up and say, okay, it's done. I'm gonna spend the rest of March and probably a significant amount of April, if not all of April, making these promo campaign videos, trying to, you know, blow up this album and get it to potentially 1 million total streams or more. And of course, helping you guys learn about promoting your music, and what better way for me to do it than to promote my own music and to really find out the best strategies to do it. Expect a Spotify campaign video, a TikTok campaign video. I'm gonna do an Instagram ad one. Might even do some Snapchat ads or some YouTube ads or whatever. Just any type of promo strategies that are out there. I'm gonna see if I can make a whole video about it. Find out what the best one is. So make sure you're subscribed. Now, I promised you guys I would do a quick little Q&A, and you guys asked me questions on Instagram. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, I pretty much, that's my go-to social media. When's the next album coming? Of course, you drop one and already people are like, when's the next one? If I don't do 1 million total streams on this project, I don't think it's really enough justification to do another one. I mean, I got so many like really hype artists on here, and I think it's really, really good. So if this one isn't that successful, I don't want to say I'm going to give up, but it'll take a long time for me to want to do another one. But if it does do 1 million or more, then I think I see enough promise to do another one. The inspiration from my album pretty much came from like, what if Adam 22 made an album or whatever when he was on the come up with X and Peep and Yachty and all of the people that he was covering back when they were nobodies. Imagine what it would have turned out to be, and that's really the biggest, or Cole Bennett. Cole Bennett's an even better example because literally everybody he worked with blew up. These influencers, what if they made albums with these artists on the come up? So that was pretty much the biggest inspiration, like, and just like I wanted to try it. I don't know, it seemed fun. Favorite song off the album? I don't have one, but I think Treso's verse on track number 4, Russian, is my favorite verse. Putting together a deluxe, I don't think so. I think I would rather just do a whole new project rather than a deluxe. But again, got to see some streaming numbers, so stream it. Was there anyone you really wanted on the album that you couldn't get on it? Yeah, tons of people. I don't want to say their names because I don't want you guys to think that there's anything like shaky or weird going on. But yeah, there are tons of people that I wanted to get on or said that they would and then backed out, or just couldn't do it at the moment because they were working on other things or whatever. Just there's a million reasons why they wouldn't be on it, and that's fine. But yeah, tons of people. I reached out to like probably over 100 artists at least, and that's how we ended up with 29. And were there songs that you wanted to add but couldn't? Of course. There were verses that were good that I felt the other artists didn't compliment them good enough. There were verses that people lost the files to and then they didn't want to re-record them, so those tracks just kind of went missing. And yeah, there were tons of different songs that didn't make it that I wish could have. But maybe if there is a deluxe or a second album, maybe they can get finished and put on there. How difficult was it for me to work with all these artists? Honestly, it was pretty simple. Everybody was pretty smooth. The most difficult thing is just kind of like nagging people. I had to constantly text them or whatever, like, hey, can I get an update? What's this? And some people took weeks, months to get back to me, but they eventually did. That's like the most annoying part about it. Is there anything I would have done differently? I think just having a more clear vision, maybe knowing exactly how many songs I want, or maybe a bigger overall theme, and maybe trying to make the project a little bit more cohesive rather than just kind of like a playlist. Also, I would really like to get artists in the studio together, physically there in the process of recording and writing and all of that stuff. That would be great, but that would require a lot of money and a lot of resources. How can I pitch production or songs for the placement? Whenever I decide to do that, if I decide, it'll be as simple as I'm going to post on Instagram or Twitter for you guys to send beats to this email, and that's it. So just stay up to date on my social medias and I'll just go through the emails. How much did the album cost you? Really not much. I mean, the biggest thing was legal fees, paying my lawyers for contracts. So So I think the total cost of the album was like $5,000. The Cloudy Nueve feature happened because Dad Body sent me one of his unreleased tracks, and he was like, yo, like, I think we might be able to get this on your project. And then I was trying to work through Dad Body to get in contact with his team. So he was like being a middleman. And then eventually I just DM'd whoever runs his Instagram page and said like, hey, I have this unreleased song. I want to put it on the album, yada, yada, yada. And they got back to me. And then I started working directly with Cloudy's girlfriend. Yeah, she made it all happen, and pretty seamless from there once I got in contact with his family. So yeah, super grateful to have this song on there. It's really special to me, and I'm glad I was able to get it out to you guys. And this is the big question that everybody seems to want to know. I got tons of people asking basically the same variation of this question, but how did the contracts work? Or they want to know about the splits or the money. I don't want to be too specific because I guess that is like private information. To be honest, almost everybody signed like the exact same agreement. And really the biggest thing was I wanted to own the masters because I think that all of these artists have the potential to sign a major record deal one day, and some of them are already in the process of it, and I think 2 of the artists are already signed. The biggest thing was just protecting myself from the labels, because labels will sometimes want to erase the back catalog or own the back catalog or make significant changes or try to make things disappear. And if they don't like the song that the artist had on my project and I didn't have legal protection, well, they could probably just bully me into deleting it or taking it down or them owning it or whatever, because obviously they're multi-billion-dollar companies and I'm just one guy. So the contracts were just key for me to protect the music. But yeah, I wanted it to be like a collaborative thing where everybody sort of benefits from this and everybody shares equally. But yeah, it's just about protecting the music, because I want this project to stay this project forever, exactly how it was, because I believe in these guys and I think they're all have the potential to blow up. It'll be really great to look back on in a few years. But that's it. Thank you guys for the support. Make sure you go stream it if you haven't already, and look forward to the promo campaign videos that are coming out in March, because there's going to be a lot to learn. So grab your pen and paper, turn on post notifications, subscribe, do all that, and get ready to learn. And also, if you're not an artist, you'll be greatly entertained, I promise. See you guys soon.